Lawson. And we're about on our way. And we're on our way. The race is already starting. Not a whole lot of talk, not a whole lot of time to talk and jib-jab about what's going on, but let's see what's happening right now. Lewis Hamilton is still leading in P1 in that perilous first turn. Honestly, this course is ridiculous. So many hairpin curves and so many long straightaways. There's a lot going on here. What's that sound? Who made that sound? What is that? Is there an animal? Is there a wild animal in the studio? What? Who's making those noises?
Ron's having a predicament.
Ron? How is Ron still in the studio? I thought he was just here to set up. Oh, Ron, why are you still here?
What are you guys doing?
I am calling an F1 race. That's what I'm doing.
I'm calling an FU.
You know what? Listen, I have a very important job to do and not a lot of time to do it, so I'm going to need you to kind of clear out some space, okay? There's a lot going on right now, a lot of moving parts, and you're not one of them. You're the only part I wish was moving out of here.
Clever.
Yeah, not bad.
Why don't you be clever and call what's going on with this these cars going around the track fast?
Yeah, it's called F1 racing. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in to this incredible live stream of this what are we? I don't even know exactly. A live cast of us watching a race.
Incredible's pushing it, but yeah, go on.
Anyway, right now it is lap 2 of 19. That's right. In the 30 seconds I've been distracted by our idiot producer, Ron Lozano. I can tell you that you are not directing anything. I promise you that. You are not directing. You're supposed to give me my lunches and to take out the trash. Anyway,
your mom said.
Okay, that's beautiful. All right,
She's
Lewis
the real
Hamilton.
Producer.
Okay, Lewis Hamilton is in P1. Thank you very much. And Max Verstappen, 0.8 seconds behind him at P2. Oscar Piastri in P3, and George Russell in P4, and Charles Leclerc lurking in P5. And guess what? My man from Japan, Yuki Tsunoda, in P6. He's moved up 2 places. This is very exciting. I'm very excited for him.
Wait, I know what position you're in.
What position is that, Ron?
PU, this shit stinks.
Oh, my God. Listen, I've got a job to do here. If you could just kind of keep off to the side. Listen, all right, I'm just going to keep doing my job.
What's happening?
Well, I'm going to tell you what's happening. I'm trying to give this race some context by bringing in some stories so people know what's going on. But you won't stop interrupting me with your nonsense.
What's nonsensical is this broadcast. Who's leading right now?
I just said it's Lewis Hamilton in first after 2 laps.
He was testing you. I bet he was testing you.
No, he's not. There's literally numbers on a screen he's looking at.
Let me ask you this. Who is in 19th place? Your favorite?
Liam Lawson. Well, I got to tell you, that's not too bad considering he started off in P20. He's moving up. He's moving up, which is a lot. I was about to talk to everybody out here, the millions of fans tuning into this broadcast right now.
Mm-hmm.
Liam Lawson is struggling. Is the second chair in the Red Bull Racing, and he started P20 in this qualifier. I'll remind everybody out there that his ex-teammate over at the Racing Bulls, Yuki Tsunoda, was passed over for this promotion, and he qualified at P8, and he's already moved up 2 spots in this race so far. All I'm saying is Liam Lawson is in a hot seat because a lot of attention is drawn to you when you're following Max Verstappen for the Red Bull Racing team. So he's better get his act together, or I'm going to tell you something right now. Yuki Tsunoda will be for Red Bull Racing sometime this year. What do you think, Ron?
Yeah, I think so. Wait, What are we talking about?
All right, you blacked out again, didn't you?
Wait. You know what I know about Yuki, though? Did you see what Yuki showed up to in the track today? It looked pretty cool. A lot cooler than you look showing up to work.
Well, listen, I'm an older adult. I can't wear parachute pants wherever I go. I'm not high fashion, okay?
You're definitely not going to the cool F1 rave that happens every day after the show.
Yeah, I don't want to. It's too loud. I got to get my sleep. I got another broadcast tomorrow. It's way longer. We're going to be doing the whole Grand Prix. That's right. The big race tomorrow, right here.
Do you think our broadcast is allowed in China?
That's actually a pretty good question. I don't know if a lot of I don't know if they go for it, and they may not understand what we're saying, but also they might have better English than I do.
I think we're a new form of far Western media.
And what would you call that?
I don't know. What would you call it?
I don't know. You posed the question.
Just because I could pose the question doesn't mean I have the answers.
Oh
What's going on in the race?
Well, I can tell you right now, it's lap 4 of 19. Lewis Hamilton's still in first, and Max Verstappen is a second behind him. What about Haas? That's a great. I'm glad you bring that up. This is a segment we like to call Checking In on Haas. That's right. We love Do Haas. We love Haas.
Do Haas.
Yeah.
Do Haas.
Well, I can tell you this, Ron, if you're really curious, which I doubt you are.
No, I am. I love Haas.
Anyway,
I just like to say Do Haas.
Yeah, I bet you do. Team principal Iro Komatsu said he's very happy with everyone and how they've made progress since coming to Melbourne. And I got to tell you, that is positive considering they couldn't have done worse last week at Melbourne. I mean, honestly, cars didn't start. Rookies got stranded. They were in last place pretty much. And I got to tell you right now, as we're talking, Oliver Bierman, the rookie in P12, and also Alexander Ocon. Oh, I blew that. That's not his name. That's not his name at all.
What are you talking about? What sport are you watching? Are you watching baseball again?
I love baseball.
I confused Alex Albon with Esteban Ocon. I did that. I just made a mistake like there. And it was Esteban Ocon who's in 17th. So I got to tell you right now, this is a sprint. You need to get into 8th place to score any sort of points. But I got to tell you, they look way better than they did last week at... Oh, look at that. Oh, no. Collision from Liam Lawson already in the back of the pack. You got to be more careful. You got to save that car for the big race.
I got a question. What do you think? You think it costs extra money to get those Google tires? Who has those Google tires I'm looking at?
That's a great question, and I can answer that. That is McLaren Racing has the Google wheels.
Those are sweet. Do you think they can search? So is that a play on a search engine?
I'm not sure. I just see the wheels go round and round, and I assume that's what they do. I think it's a clever sponsor.
For AI inside the car?
I think they should have a clear cover on the car and just call it a search engine.
For everybody tuning in right now and is very confused by, I can tell you right now that we're 3 people watching an F1 race together. My name is Jason Waterfalls. I am the host of the Formula Funcast, and with me, as always, is Tay, our loyal producer, and Ron Lozano, who somehow locked himself in the studio and won't leave, and he's not very helpful.
We can him here. He's like a stray cat. You just can't kick him out.
Yeah, a stray feral cat. Beat it. And yeah, adding to the sound effects. There you go.
I gotta do something. I gotta liven this up. This is a pretty lousy broadcast.
Well, we're what you can afford. How about that?
I like the green and black car.
Oh, you should. That you mean the neon green car? That would be the Kick Sauber team. Kick Sauber. By the way, speaking of Kick, we're streaming on Kick right now. Kick, we love you. We can't get enough of you.
No, we're not. They already kicked you off the platform.
There's no way. Do you have any idea? They will let anybody on this platform.
Not you. They broke us already. You know what it is? I was noticing that their drivers are in 20th position. The Hulkenberg. Nico Hulkenberg
in 20th, but also Gabriel Bortolato is in P15.
You think the marketing department at Kick ever had the idea to do the collaboration between the Hulk and then Nico Hulkenberg in the color green?
Well, I can't say that it was their idea, but they are definitely leaning into him because Nico Hulkenberg's nickname is the Hulk.
He should do some Hulk type shit and get out of the 20th position.
That's a good point. He should maybe try to overtake because I got to tell you, he's about 12 places away from scoring any points. That's a great observation, Ron. You know the big story. Would you like to hear about some of the big stories here in F1 right now in this race? Of course you wouldn't, but I'm going to say them anyway because that's what we do. We speculate and we talk and we gossip, but we got all the hot gossip.
I know a big story. I'm going to scoop you right now.
All right.
See that car on the track there, the Red Bull car right there? I know
that one.
Yeah, in China, there's two of them. I know, well, there's four. I know that in China, with Max Verstappen's car, he has the Red Bull livery on the tail fin. That's not normal. It says Red Bull, and I know. That's the news. Back to you, Jason.
Who has it on the back of their car?
Max Verstappen. And then the other guy that drives.
That's the big news, is that Red Bull found their name on the car that they sponsor. That's the big news.
It's like, listen, on the fin on the tail on the back where the DRS.
Yeah, I know what that is. Yeah, that's the fin.
Yeah, they didn't put it on there last week, but this week they got it in China.
That's the big story.
It's huge.
I mean, you did mention multiple times. You must be impressed by that.
I mean, shake a tail fin at it. Look at all the funny, quippy things you can say about it. What's happening right now?
Well, I can tell you it's lap 8 of 19, and Lewis Hamilton is just a half second in front of Max Verstappen, who's kind of lying in wait like a great white shark, and Oscar Piastri is in P3 behind that, George Russell in 4th, and Charles Leclerc in 5th, and my man from Japan, Yuki Tsunoda in 6th. With Kimi Antonelli in 7th, and in last place for points is everybody's fan favorite,
Louis Vuitton.
Oh, no, not Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton is a major sponsor, but Louis Vuitton not racing this year, unfortunately. Louis Vuitton, the official handbag of people with too much money.
They sponsored last week's race in Melbourne.
Oh, yeah, they're a big sponsor, along with Heineken Zero. Heineken Zero, because you want to have wings and go back to work smelling like you were boozing your face off.
I got another question.
But you weren't.
This is pretty cool. I like look, there's Lewis Hamilton. I like he drives a Ferrari. Like,
yeah.
You don't drive a Ferrari. Hey, but you
I don't drive a Ferrari. I don't even have a car.
I know.
I walk everywhere I go here in Montezuma, Colorado. Everything's in walking distance.
How did you get this job in the first place?
Well, I was approached by production.
Don't answer that. Here's what I really want to know. I like the racing. It's cool. It goes fast. 44, Lewis Hamilton. I like that. He's a cool guy. I saw he wore really baggy pants to the show the other day. The on-track show. Whatever you call it. The paddock. He walked the paddock in baggy clothes. He had a lunchbox. He looked like he was going to a 90s rave. I liked it. You ever been to a rave in the 90s?
No, that's a lot of staying up way too late and standing. I'm not into that, and I'm not into like jumping up and down in a dirty warehouse.
Yeah, I mean his shoes nor pants.
Hey, nothing has changed in this race. Can you comment on the fact that there's been no change in the race whatsoever?
Well, that's not exactly true because I've pointed out before. Yuki Tsunoda started out in 8th and moved all the way up to 6th place. That's a big deal for my man Yuki. Okay, and Yuki. No, it's only about
when it gets to 5th.
Oh boy! All right. Well, for anybody else out there who kind of wants to know what's going on in the F1 world, not my lame brain production, I don't know. He's just stuck in here, and I wish he'd get out. Well, the big story was last week in a formation lap, Racing Bulls rookie Isaac Hadjar had an accident, and Hadjar was so upset he was crying on the way out. Crying, shaking his head, and that's when Lewis Hamilton's father, Anthony Hamilton, came up and gave him a big hug. Now, this set everybody ablaze because there were two schools of thought. You had the old school of thought. Red Bull's Helmut Marko said it was kind of embarrassing that he would do something like that. And then recently, when asked on the very popular Red Flags podcast about this situation, guest Gunther Steiner said, I would be upset or pissed, but I wouldn't cry. I don't think crying is an option, ladies and gentlemen. I think you either cry or you don't cry. But apparently, tough guy Gunther Steiner said he wouldn't cry. I mean, I got to tell you, I like a good cry. I do. Don't you feel better after a good cry there, Tay?
I might
You
be-
got a lot. It
I
just
might be
cries.
on the track just like him.
You just let it all out. You feel lighter. You know, you just kind of let it out. You feel good. You know, I might cry after this very broadcast because of the decisions I've made that have led me up here. All I got to do is check my pay stub, and the tears start flowing.
Where do they find rookies? Do they graduate from F3, F2, F1?
That's a great question.
Where do you come from with it?
That's a great question. The rookies come up through the system. Usually, they come up through different schools. Like Ferrari's got a school. They come up through different. They come up through F2 and F3. Or probably not in that
9
order.
more
F3
laps
to
to
F2.
go.
That's fast.
That's right. 9 more laps to go. And Liam Lawson. Let's see how he's doing over there. Boy, he's got a lot of work to do.
Hamilton.
Ooh. Boom. Man, this guy's playing bumper cars out there.
They got 9 more laps to go.
Oh, man, a little wreckage coming off Liam Lawson's car. This guy's racing pretty dangerous, probably because he knows he's got a lot to prove. And he is in sync. I will say this, Liam Lawson has moved his way up to P16. That's pretty good. That's a lot better than what he was doing before, starting from P20. Let's see if he's got enough time to make his way up through the grid. We'll see here.
There comes the Papaya Army.
That's right. Hey, no joke. That's a good observation there, Ron. We got Oscar Piastri in P3. And Lando Norris in P9. He's got to work if he's going to get some points. He's got to get past Lance Stroll, who is 3 seconds behind.
The threes up there, though. Verstappen's catching Hamilton, I think.
Yeah, Max Verstappen is 1.5 seconds behind Lewis Hamilton in P1. And I got to tell you, Lewis is giving him a battle. Maybe that Ferrari car's a little bit faster than everybody thought. Everybody was talking that smack. After one race on Lewis Hamilton, the 7-time world champ, how dare you? But right now, the reigning 4-time world champ is right on his tail. I got to tell you, my favorite part of this broadcast is listening to the chips crunch in Ron Lozano's mouth. That's really what I wanted to be. I can't believe that I waited and practiced and got all this material together and all these facts only so I could hear a man eat chips. I don't understand how he's eating the chips and crinkling the bag hotter than he's eating the chips. The amount of production that went into putting this stream on being wrecked by one man eating chips and sucking down a White Claw. Why are you drinking in the middle of this?
If you watched it, you'd see why I'm drinking.
And this
Anyway.
broadcast brought to you by White Claw. White Claw, because you're a bag of garbage.
Your next ex-wife's favorite drink.
Anyway, let's go back to the race. It's lap 12 and 19, and guess what? Hey, I'm glad you bring that up, Ron. I would, if you boxed, I would make you throw out that bag of chips. But I can tell you right now, there is no pit stop in a sprint race. You're not allowed to stop. You got to keep going. You can't switch tires. Wait, what did that guy just do? He just pitted.
He's getting penalties. He's getting.
Well, I got news for you. Carlos Sainz at P20, so I don't think that I was under the impression you weren't allowed to pit in these races.
Maybe he'll get a penalty later. They made that.
He might.
I wonder how they start with penalties. How do you start a race with penalties?
Maybe if it's an emergency, you can pit. Who knows? But you're not supposed to pit for anything in this race because there's not enough laps.
Lando.
I wonder if he was blistering his tires. Everybody's having trouble with that, even in practice. And they went like 10 laps blistering tires.
You got Lewis Hamilton. You got Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc in a sandwich with George Russell, Oscar Piastri, and Max Verstappen in the middle.
I got to tell you, not a bad job over there, Ron. Looks like you're catching up this whole broadcast thing. You know what would have helped? Mentioning what places any of those people were in.
You don't need to know.
No,
I know.
You kind of. That's part of broadcasting is communicating what's happening.
It's a Max sandwich? Is that better?
How about we stop telling everybody that a bunch of dudes are in sandwiches?
Nah.
I'm cross. I'm getting a new audience.
Did you open a new bag of chips?
I did.
Why did you order? Why did you open the noisiest thing you can eat, Cracker Jacks?
Oh, it has like the thing.
I want the prize.
Why don't you throw some caps on the ground while you're at it?
What is the prize in a Cracker Jack box?
I don't know, some kind of arcade thing. I highly recommend the new. Look, I'm trying to use sponsors. They know when it happens.
You know what? I think they would appreciate somebody talking about them. Cracker Jacks, if you're listening, you could be the official snack of Ron Lozano chewing with his mouth wide open.
It's a good job.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's lap 13 of 19. Lewis Hamilton in first, almost a 2-second lead in front of Max Verstappen in P2. And in P3, Oscar Piastri. P4, George Russell. P5, Charles Leclerc. And P6, Yuki Tsunoda.
Fun fact, Ron.
But you better watch out because Kimi Antonelli's right behind him, less than a second. And then, and last in points, Lance Stroll.
Oscar's gonna pass Max, and then Max is gonna be peed off.
Ew. Yeah. Well, better run, Hamilton. Run, boy.
Let it go. Uh-oh.
Here comes the papaya up Max's butt.
Uh-oh, Max Verstappen from the radio just said both his front tires are dead. I think he's going to lose some pace to Hamilton, who was having another amazing race. I got to tell you, they say it's anybody's game, but right now Lewis is just going, and Verstappen is losing the pace in P2. He's now 2 seconds behind Lewis Hamilton in P2 and Oscar Piastri in P3.
You think those medium tires are going to hold for 5 more laps?
Well, I should hope so. I mean, I should hope so because they don't have time to pit. That's going to be it for him if anybody pits right now. Carlos Sainz.
Isaac is in 4th place. 14th. I lied. 14th, not 4th.
Isaac Hadjar is at P14 behind Pierre Gasly, P13. But he's also Isaac Hadjar is in front of Liam Lawson. I'll say that.
And the lap car.
That's right.
He's in front of the lap car this week.
Yeah.
Last week, not so much.
I didn't even know you watched the race last week, Ron. Where were you? Where were you watching the race last week?
I was in China a week early.
Wait, you were in China?
I was watching it there.
Why wouldn't you just watch it from the States? Why would you travel to China?
I wanted to get ahead of it.
Ahead of it? The broadcast?
Yep.
I feel like he knew you were here, Jason. He knew. Somehow, he knew.
Huh. Well, I got to say I'm perplexed. But I'll tell you what I'm not perplexed by.
You're always perplexed.
It's lap 15 and 19. Lewis Hamilton still in first, and he is making that gap bigger because Max Verstappen in P2 is 2.3 seconds behind. Oscar Piastri behind him in P3. George Russell P4. Charles Leclerc in P5. And much like my friend Ron Lozano said, P6, Yuki Tsunoda. P7, Kimi Antonelli. And P8, Lance Stroll. Not a whole lot has changed.
No. Everybody's holding.
I like Andrea Kimi.
What do you like about him?
He drives a Mercedes. You know who drove a Mercedes? Some of my favorite hip-hop icons. Some of my favorite
Oscar
videos.
Piastri moves into P2, getting around Max Verstappen. He found the speed. He found the pace. He is now in P2. And Max Verstappen in P3.
He's going to be so mad. He's going to be so mad.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Max Verstappen.
P off.
Yeah, you're right about that. He is making... What was that take? Go ahead. Sorry.
There's nothing he can do because his tires are gone.
Oh, Max Verstappen, I have not lost this race yet. I am right behind you. Here I come. I'll be back. Oh, I got fast. Bye-bye.
It is I, George Russell.
Oh,
George
I'm
Russell.
George Russell. I am the most Englishman who ever George Russelled.
DP World.
Whoa, wait, what?
Ooh, Ron.
That was the sponsor, it said.
Oh,
Well, I want to thank you for taking your lunch break during the middle of the broadcast. I appreciate that, Ron. That was great. Not
So
problematic
hungry.
at all.
You have lousy snacks here.
fun fact: he only eats when the mics are open.
Yeah, well, I got to tell you, those mics are hot because I felt like I was in his mouth.
That's what your mom said.
Damn it! Stop bringing up my mom in the middle of this. This is a classy F1 broadcast.
Jason
Billionaires could be
Suggs
listening to this.
Walked into that.
But I don't think so.
Well, I mean, he was born out of it. But
If
yeah.
they are, they'll quickly be in the 2-comma club. No
Oh my
trace
goodness.
commas.
Oh no, that's not nice. You don't have that. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to apologize for one of our employees here. He's being a little. He likes to take pot shots at my mom, and I don't appreciate it, especially in the middle of a very
I love
important
to take
broadcast
any
like
kind
this.
of shot at your mom. You know what I'm saying?
Oh God, I hate you so much. Anyway, laps 17 and 19. Lewis Hamilton in P1, Oscar Piastri 4.5 seconds behind him in second, and Max
Ron
Verstappen
Lozano
following off the pace.
and
George Russell in P4.
Mom.
Charles Leclerc in P5, Yuki Tsunoda in P6, and Kimi Antonelli in P7.
And me and your mom.
Okay, that's Jesus. That's unbelievable. I can't believe that. That is disgusting. You think the people at Kick Sauber, you think the people at Kick Streaming want to hear this kind of disgusting, childlike antics? No, these people have high standards for quality. They would never want something like that being broadcast.
And they're excited because the Hulk is rising. He's gone from 20th to, it looked like 18th, but then they pulled the way to a replay. They're showing me what Pierre Gasly's doing. I like the fact that he drives for Alpine F1. I like the colors of Alpine F1. You know what? He passed the Haas car. That's a little unfortunate for me because I like Haas too.
I'm a big Haas guy.
Do Haas.
Right now, their best champ.
I love Isaac Hajar. I'm going to do my best, Jason Waterfalls. Hold on. We've got Isaac Hajar going around the track. He's in P14 right now. Plus
sound like that.
424 going around the track. You know, last week, folks, ladies and gentlemen, what he did was he crashed right behind the opening lap car. It wasn't even in the first lap of the car. I can do your job. This is easy. Look
Yeah, okay,
cool
listen, this is lap 18 to 19. Can I do the rest of my job here? Yeah, Lewis Hamilton's in first, P1. He's about to lap.
That's Charles Leclerc. This is from George Russell's behind.
Oh, that's right, Charles Leclerc.
We look at a good look at Charles' front side from Lewis's backside. I like it. No, right? Yeah, George Russell, not Lewis. I screwed up that call. See, I can't do your job. Maybe it's a little harder than I thought.
Yeah, it's a little. You gotta have a little know-how. You gotta know the drivers. You gotta look at the screen.
Know how to be annoying.
But you know how to do that. Why don't you open another bag of chips?
I gotta go get one. That's a pretty good idea. Look, we should get a sponsor. Wait,
ladies and gentlemen,
that guy goes so fast. Who's passing? Call it right now. It's a papaya guy. Ooh,
no one's passing anybody. Lewis Hamilton is 6 seconds ahead of Oscar Piastri, who's in P2.
There was a changeup. Somebody on Aston Martin just got passed by Lando Norris, moved up from P9 to P8. He dispensed Lance Stroll, your favorite guy. You like
that's got to bum out Lance Stroll because that was the last place
exactly
you can
how
get
you
for points.
got your job. Was like your parents own the team.
Yeah. No, that's not my parents. No, my parents do not sponsor this podcast. My parents would never sponsor something that they don't understand what a podcast is. They don't believe in it. Okay, they wouldn't sponsor it.
Taking a stroll.
Isaac Hajar is in P14.
Guys, it's lap 19 of 19. This is the final lap here, and I can tell you right now, it's gonna be Lewis Hamilton unless something dire happens. He's in P1, and 6 seconds behind that, in second, is Oscar Piastri. And then in P3, Max Verstappen, P4, George Russell, P5, Charles Leclerc, and P6, holding that P6, Yuki Tsunoda, P7, Kimi Antonelli, and P8, Lando Norris. It looks like everybody at Team Papaya is about to get some points. And it looks like everybody at Ferrari is about to get some points. And everybody at Mercedes is about to get some points. But only one person for the Racing Bulls, and that's Yuki Tsunoda in P6 will get some points. Boy, if you're Lance Stroll, you got to be kicking yourself. You were in P8 the whole time.
Lando, you can't catch me still. You are at least
Lewis Hamilton in the final corners. Here it goes. Lewis Hamilton wins the sprint race here at the Chinese Grand Prix at the Shanghai International Circuit. P2, Oscar Piastri. P3, the podium, the final podium spot goes to Max Verstappen. And P4, George Russell. P5, Charles Leclerc. P6, Yuki Tsunoda, my man from Japan. P7, Kimi Antonelli. And P8, Lando Norris. And everybody else, good luck. Get a toe. You should have done better. That's life.
Hey, look at. I think we got Huggy Hamilton in the background there.
Oh, who crashed?
He's hugging everybody. He likes to hug Isaac Hajar when he's crying. He likes to hug everybody when he's
Jack
winning.
Doohan knocked all the way back in the final stages. Man, he must be kicking himself. That sucks, Jack. I don't know what to tell you, but the last lap of the race, that's when this dude has got a tough time bringing this vehicle home.
At least it's not broken.
Yeah, what happened?
What happened? He undercut. Oh, he goofed.
Oh, Jack Doohan, you son of a gun. You. Woo. Oh, middle finger maybe there.
I would have.
Age or IQ is what he said.
I got to say, Jack Doohan messed up not only himself, but Gabriel Bortoleto and Nico Hülkenberg. They're not going to be happy. It wouldn't surprise me if those two double teamed Doohan in a fist fight.
Dude, P1, baby.
So cool.
Lewis Hamilton, first place. A lot of people, a lot of haters out there. Wouldn't you agree there, Tay? A lot of people were like, he's nothing. He didn't do well in Melbourne. But look what he accomplished today.
I need one of these helmets.
I wonder what Toto Wolff is saying.
I can't believe we didn't get fast, George. You stink. Why didn't you do better? Come on. Come on, do it. Be faster. I've got an 18-year-old child racing where Lewis used to race. Come on. You can be better than that.
Yeah.
Guy doesn't even have his own driver's license. Be better. Come on.
Look how sad Oscar is.
Yay.
She's happy.
Oh my god. Oh my
She looks like she's going to fight somebody. She's like, I'll come kick your ass if Lewis Hamilton doesn't win it again tomorrow.
Look at my Ferrari. It won.
Look at those tires. Look at that. Look at the damage they take.
Are they if they're not bubbling, if they're not
Hey, how much would you say one of those tires costs?
I mean ballpark?
An F1 tire.
No idea, but I want to say like $8,000.
$8,000. That's it?
I know it might feel low ballish, but if you budget for, that's still a lot of money. And you're going through like 12 probably in a weekend, 16.
Now I got a question. Since this is a sprint, does this count as like much as like a real race?
It does not. It does not, but
So
because
it's
it's
not
a sprint.
win.
No, it's a real win. It's a real win. You get I believe you're getting I can answer that question right now with my research.
Hamperoni. I like
First place is
helmet.
8 points and 8th place is 1 point. So you get 8 points. But the point is, you're also in the weekend, you get more opportunities to score more points as a team. So there's
Look at Oscar Piastri. He's a handsome guy.
I found tire data. You ready?
ready. Let's hear some tire data.
A set of F1 tires, including 4 separate tires, is worth roughly $2,700.
That's it?
Not bad.
That's not bad.
But in a Grand Prix weekend, one team will go through 13 sets.
Whoa.
The combined value per driver is $35,000.
Wow. Oh, look at that. Tay with the big info on tires.
And my face went off.
Do you have any information on hugs? There's a lot of hugs going on.
Well, yeah. I mean, everybody's happy. They're congratulating each other. And
why is he not happy?
I think Louis Hamilton's pretty happy.
No, I'm looking at Max Verstappen. That little girl's happy. She's like, I'm gonna kick your butt if Lewis Hamilton doesn't win tomorrow. I'm watching a different podcast. Don't worry.
maybe pay attention to the podcast you're on right now.
No, I'm ahead of the schedule, but behind the schedule. Don't worry about it.
He makes his own time.
He's a handsome man.
Whoa! All right.
He was looking at his butt. Look at that one. Oh my God!
I gotta tell you,
smile.
If there are any Lewis Hamilton haters out here and doubters of this guy, of his accomplishments, saying that he's too old, well, I got news for you. He's not. And right now, he just made a statement, and that statement is, "I'm coming for that 8th championship, buddy." And Max Verstappen went, "Huh? Dude, what? I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't like it. No."
What if they made onesies look like F1 suits? I would buy one. I need one right now. A onesie. I wear an adult onesie that looked like an F1 suit.
I bet that they have those. I bet you could get a onesie that looked like an F1. It's probably cost $9,000, but
if it's not a product, we should pitch it. You're the pitchman. You're the pitchman.
Well, that's a good point. I mean, maybe I should just do a little copyright infringement and mock up a onesie for F1 and tell them why they need to buy it from me.
An F1sie.
Ooh, Ron with a great idea. The F1sie.
Someone write that down.
Trademark Jason Waterfalls.
It doesn't matter. We're fine.
Well, what do you think what do you guys think of your first broadcast with me together, guys? What do you think about that, huh? Come on, not bad, huh?
I feel
probably a pro level
I
of broadcasting.
When Ron had the Truly.
I have one.
Sorry.
I mean, one. I don't know, observation, maybe.
All right. Well, you know, I like constructive criticism. You know, I sometimes I think I'm great at everything, and every once in a while I need to be knocked down a peg, but then given some constructive criticism.
You were fine. The race was cool. I liked it. Better snacks tomorrow.
You know what? I'm going to put a ban on snacks, especially the loudest snacks you could possibly get.
No way.
Get snacks, but it's going to have to be a soft chew.
Yeah, like maybe like some raisins or like yogurt or anything that doesn't sound like you're like doing some mining when you're eating it.
Yeah, I don't know. Those are the better snacks, though. These are okay, though. I like these. You see some more of these.
Yeah, unbelievable. We're trying to get sponsors out here, okay? We're trying to get Kick to notice us. How are we going to do this if we're running an unprofessional broadcast?
It's fine. Kick's not even working.
What? Oh.
Does he have braces? No, he should.
Are we streaming to anything?
Yes, YouTube is live right now.
Like I said, YouTube. I can't get enough of YouTube. YouTube's the best tube, I've always said.
Why don't they have a car? Oh, they have a Google car, though. I guess, is that the same? Yeah, we'll call it the same. It says Chrome, but whatever.
There's no way a Chromebook goes as fast as those tires.
I'll have you know I operate my whole setup off a Chromebook right now.
explains a lot.
That's why Lewis Hamilton won. He has HP. They don't. Well, I mean, I guess they make Chromebooks too.
But they also make the HP Omen. That series is good. That's a good series of stuff. Nice hardware. Nice hardware.
I thought they would race around the streets of Shanghai. That'd be cooler.
Way cooler.
Well, yeah, I mean, not every circuit's going to be a street circuit. Some of these, I mean, but this is a pretty impressive course.
It's cool. I like it. I like it better when they race around the streets. High-fiving people.
I don't think they do that, or they would maybe decapitate someone or lose a hand. And I don't even think they can reach their hands outside of the cockpit.
Yeah, F1 cars can hit 256 miles per hour.
I think that's a cover for not reaching your hand off your cockpit.
I don't think it's a cover. I think it's more of a safety issue and something to do with wind resistance.
You would know about that. Wind resistance on your cockpit.
Oh, boy. Well, when we return tomorrow, I can promise you one thing. It'll be just me. No Ron. Maybe Tay.
Yeah.
Maybe. I got a bet here now.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Oh,
I got a bet here now.
Yeah, you do. You've been known to sleep in the studio, and that's weird.
He found the
It's warm.
foam inside of one of the shipment boxes you left out.
Yeah, so are beds. You could sleep in a bed, Ron. You know that, right?
It's next door.
Lewis Hamilton doesn't feel the pressure.
Well, yeah, he's a professional and a champion. Look at him. He's done this a million times before. The winningest F1 racer in history.
Is he?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. Dang. I feel like I've only heard Verstappen lately, and I'm so...
Well, that's the thing. Max Verstappen is just got left. And do you see what I did there?
Yeah.
Pretty good. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing?
Well done.
Nice.
All right.
You just gave me... Oh, he spoke Chinese, Mandarin. I like it. He's cool.
Is there more to this? Lewis Hamilton just got an award, and I got to tell you, it's tiny.
I like the guy.
It looks like something I made.
Yeah, what's the prize purse on these races?
Where do you get to go? Where do they buy their clothes at? I like.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, you could kind of put that in your pocket, walk out there with it. You know, it's like a 45 record.
It looks like a 10-inch bandsaw blade from the Home Depot.
Okay, though, driver bonuses for first place, $250K.
How much did they win for $350K?
$250K for first place, $180K for second place.
What?
$150.
They only win $250,000
per race, per first place race.
That's 100 tires. That's bullshit.
Yeah, I guess.
You think somebody come along and maybe pick up some of their gear? They're like walking around
There's a
They
with
only
all their
made
gear.
250.
Like,
He
I
only-
need an
he only-
assistant.
Yeah, he only made 250 grand. There's no way he's affording an assistant in China right now. Are you kidding me?
The total pot prize of the F1.
He's like
is 100
secretly
million.
sad. He's like, that just cost me money.
The F1 2024 prize pool stood at $1 billion.
He's
That's
got
a
cool
lot of cake.
dad.
And I love cake.
Love cake.
Are you going the distance?
I'm going for speed.
I see
Are
what you
you
did there.
are you all alone in
All
a time
alone
of
in
need?
Time of need.
Yeah. Are you racing? Chasing?
I'm losing it. I'm surprised I caught the first couple.
That's why you're great at your job, Tay.
I'm trying my best.
Well, that's exciting, ladies and gentlemen. That is exciting. What an exciting sprint race. And we're going to come back here tomorrow and do it all again, except we're going to do it longer and later in a weird time. I'm going to be here at my time around 3 a.m. And that'll be till 5 a.m., which is, I've always said, the best time to watch any sport. 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. That's when you want to get up and watch a sport.
Yeah.
You want to sit there and just enjoy the fact that your eyes are burning because they're used to being closed. And that's when you're really enjoying it. When you're like, it's not quite breakfast time, and I don't know if I should have stayed up this late or woken up or set an alarm. That's when you know it's a sport.
What time does DoorDash start working for you?
I don't know. You're kind of my DoorDash, so go get my food.
I don't know if I can get it.
I know you can.
I don't think so.
I think so.
I'm not allowed to leave the studio. You said so yourself.
He said, please leave, Ron.
I didn't hear that.
Well, it was probably because of the chewing.
I don't think so.
No, I do. It was loud.
Drowns everything else out.
The best part about it is we can mix it out. Only you hear it. So you're gonna sound like a crazy person.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, we can.
Well, that was fun. I got to tell you, a lot of fun. Let me tell you how weird it is that the F1 broadcast channel shut themselves down and we're just hanging out. Just hanging out.
I'm watching a building right now. I don't know what you're
I'm watching the post-sprint show.
Yeah, what is this? The paddock? Is it the paddock?
This is the Chinese Grand Prix from Formula One, Heineken Chinese Grand Prix 2025. We have a new winner, ladies and gentlemen. Lewis Hamilton has now come to Ferrari. From leaving his Mercedes woes behind him, Toto Wolff is saying, "Oh, I can't believe that Lewis has won again. George Russell, you're the worst." And I'm not Jason Waterfalls. I could be. I'm gonna.
That's
have
actually
to be in
not a bad
weeks.
job. I got to tell you, you painted a picture of something that wasn't happening, but you did paint a picture.
Laura Winter looks like she's actually been in a winter wonderland for like ages. She's so pale.
She's English.
Your mother said something about a picture. Paint me like your French girls, she said.
I guess it's always cloudy there.
That was a Titanic reference.
Yeah, I got it.
You're old.
No, I understood. It sank. Yeah.
It's a sinking feeling you're getting with that reference, right?
Yeah, that reference was so old it could drink legally.
If that's old for you, then I would be really nervous around Jason Waterfalls, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the guys in the background.
Yeah, man, they're champions. They won a race. They're happy.
No.
Everybody in the Ferrari paddock having a good time, wearing baggy pants.
Watch. They're taking selfies in the background. It's the most hilarious thing.
Look for a butt grab.
No. Ladies and gentlemen. Here, let's pretend like we're real broadcasters and what the real broadcasters are saying. I can't believe that I have an English accent and I am doing the Formula One here in China. Shanghai, to be exact, and it was a spectacular showing. We had Lewis Hamilton going on what some might say 19 laps of sheer joy. He never left P1. Everyone was P-offed. It was crazy. What do you think?
Oh, I thought it was a great showing. It was a wonderful job by Lewis Hamilton. He just dominant 7-time world champion. It was easy as pie. It was no effort. This man has done this many times before, 7 times before, and I have to tell you, he's quite a fashionable lad. I do have to say that, and I'd like to see him win his 8th championship. I'd like to be here for that as well.
I've got one more thing to say because I'm not going to let you speak here.
What?
I have
a lot to say. I have a lot of insight. I am paid by the network for my opinion.
I have more to say. I can tell you more about. Wait, don't cut to her. Oh yes, cut to her. Segment is over.
For real. She talked like twice.
I feel like they don't have a lot of I
Well,
don't
it's
know.
not a whole lot of race to cover. It's only 19 laps. You know, they didn't pit. There's not that much. There's drama, but not that much drama.
There's a
And
couple of
thankfully,
other.
no wrecks. Oh,
I think
oh.
the money is the reason why there's not much race to cover in this.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know.
Oh, great.
Ron's back.
Ron's back. Now making sense. Just using words.
Meow.
Meow. Meow.
It had maybe it had a double meaning, maybe it didn't. I don't know. But all I know is that Lewis Hamilton won the 2025 Chinese Grand Prix. His father proud again, hugging people like no one's business. That's a happy man there. Lewis Hamilton in his 40s, the most winningest F1 driver of all time. Here we are at the paddock.
Did you just run out of words?
I just ran out of things I knew about F1.
He just said paddock, champion, recycled a bunch of things I had said prior, took credit for that. Yeah, that's Ron. I slightly heard something out of my chewing, and that's what I said.
The best part is I know I'm going to make the best of clips.
Well, yeah, because this was a short broadcast. We have no choice. There's not a
Right.
lot. And we can't, since you chewed through half of the race.
I can tell you, like I said, AI can mix that out. We got the smartest
No.
AI.
I don't know if it can mix out the sound of boulders being crushed. That's what it sounded like.
The only other thing is they shoot up harder than that are the tires on the track.
The best part about it is it sounds no worse than you making a drink any other day of the week.
Well, I couldn't get up and make a drink. I decided to stay sober as I called this race because I thought I'd be a professional. I didn't want to make a cocktail right now.
I didn't make a cocktail that's cracked open a delicious White Claw.
Who'd you steal it from, Ron?
I mean, I got to tell you, you're not much of a drinker, and of all the times to pop one open in the middle of the broadcast is got to be the biggest curveball you've ever thrown.
Gotta keep you on your toes. It was kind of a boring race otherwise, you gotta admit. P1 stayed P1 the entire time. There was a shakeup between P2 and P3, but big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, there were some fender benders. I mean, Lance Stroll lost out on points.
Listen, I'm not saying you did a bad job of calling the race. You did a great job. It kept it entertaining.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
But you were no match for my hunger and my thirst. So Cracker Jack and White Claw for the win.
No one was any match for your chewing.
You know.
It sounded like I fed a horse some rocks.
Maybe. You know what? Why is Lando? Oh, Lando's crying.
It looked like he was crying. I agree.
Well, Lando, look, he shouldn't cry. He's got in the points. That's not bad. That's a positive experience right now.
Well, if he's crying, what do you think Isaac Hajar is doing right now? Sobbing?
Happy he didn't wreck a car, and then he can race tomorrow. That's what it is. He's happy he finished that race. That's a victory. After what happened last week, you gotta make some progress, and that was the right progress to make.
I mean,
he was just like, please don't send me to NASCAR.
Their engines sound cooler, though.
They do.
True story.
I mean, ain't nothing.
I feel like that's the premise of a movie.
Nope. No, it isn't.
Should be.
Who got last place?
What do you think these guys are why do these guys have antennas out their butt?
Let's see. Results.
P1, Lewis Hamilton. P2, Oscar Piastri. P3, Max
Jack Doohan
Verstappen.
came in P20. Jack doing
Liam-
an Alpine.
Liam Lawless is jealous. He was like, I was P20 last week, and I need to do that.
I will give him credit. Liam Lawson did crawl his way up to P14. That is an improvement, but you're going to have to do better if you're racing for Team Red Bull, because Max Verstappen is a star, and you got to get close to that star, because if you don't improve, Yuki Tsunoda's going to take your place.
Yeah, you think Yuki Verstappen is happening in 2026?
Oh, I kind of like the way that sounded. Yuki Verstappen is happening. I like it.
The Yuki Verstappen happened.
I got news for you. I think it's going to happen in
Andrea
2025, Ron. I think it'll happen in 2025. That's how fast this can change. See, that's the
I
beauty
don't
of having your
know.
JV team and your varsity team in the same league. You can just move people up.
Yeah, because this week.
Where do they get all these
varsity
zipper
group in,
shirts?
And we're gonna put Junior in.
Why don't we have zipper shirts? Where do we get all these zipper shirts? Like,
We don't have well, I have a zipper shirt. Look at that.
I got one too. But we need more zipper shirts.
I don't have a zipper
It
shirt.
says
It's
cool
too hard.
things like McLaren Formula One team.
Surrounded by computers. I don't need a zippy shirt.
Why they got that big rope in the background? What do you think they're doing in the background? I'm way more interested in the people behind them. Where do you think they're going so fast?
Yeah, that tracks. I could
IBS.
see you not wanting to care about what's happening in the foreground. What's that guy?
IBS.
Here's Ron. What's that guy holding? Is that a can of something? What's in the can?
Look, how many people do you think have an IBS in the background right now that are running to the bathroom?
IBS?
Yeah.
What do you think they
How-
do with concessions in F1?
How good do you think the toilets are in China? When I was there last week, they were mediocre at best.
Do the concessions change between events since you're in different countries? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bad.
Look at those Google tires. The #1 search engine. Google Papaya.
Is that how the search engine runs on F1 tires? I'm in. That's duh.
I thought it was a hamster wheel until I saw those tires. They're pretty cool. There's that Louis Vuitton thing again. Do you think that they make the... What does Louis Vuitton have to do with Formula One? I'm a little confused.
Well, it's a sponsor, a major sponsor of Formula One, which a lot of people would say it's an elitist brand that kind of is priced out. Because I got to tell you, I couldn't afford a Louis Vuitton bag.
Nope. Similar to their cars that they're racing. Who can afford one of those?
You can barely afford a bag.
A Louis Vuitton bag, not a bag. I could afford a bag.
A bag of dicks.
Okay. Are we done with this streaming? I think I want to call it.
We can wrap.
Well, that's
Oh,
it
yeah.
for the Chinese Grand Prix. Thanks for tuning in to
Is
us
it?
here. Yes, it is. It's it. Nothing much else
I
to
still
say.
see cars going around the track.
Yeah, well, they're replaying it. We know what happened.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do. We watched it.
No, I think if you watch it again, the results change.
Oh, boy. Thanks for tuning in to the Formula Funcast, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow as we take on the entire
See?
Chinese Grand Prix, and we're going to
gonna
do it
watch
again and longer.
And the results are going to change. You mark my words.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that's because there's another race tomorrow, and there's going to be different circumstances.
Is it the same track? Same people?
Same track, same people. Looks like
Same
nobody
race.
wrecked, so they got the same cars. Not the same race.
It
They
is.
got to qualify tomorrow.
What
first.
happened to those? Do you think those tires? How long do those tires last? Do you think they sell them? What do you think they make out of those tires when they're done with them? Now I got questions. There's interesting things that are happening. Why is Oscar Piastri making a weird duck face on the screen? Who are those three people? I have questions.
They're the post-show hosts.
Say that 10 times fast.
10 times? I thought it was 3 times fast.
I'm keeping him on his toes. I think he did a good job today. I think tomorrow, though,
It's the real test. It's the real endurance test. This was easy. I was lucky to have
the same race.
Well, then don't show up. How about that? Maybe I can do a better job without you yapping and chewing.
No, I'm gonna go chew harder, louder,
How many
faster.
laps is tomorrow? How many snacks does Ron need to bring?
Oh, that's a good question. Like I heard this. Is it? Are we at 50 something laps tomorrow?
Yep.
Okay, 50, 54,
55, 57.
Sure.
Okay, sounds good.
So I need more snacks. I need gummy bears.
Are you
Definitely gummy
planning
bears.
To make a store run?
No, I need some enhanced gummy bears, and then I need
A
some
mouthful of Pop Rocks.
sound effects.
Mouthful of Pop Rocks.
So Pop Rocks sounds amazing. What if we put Pop Rocks in some soda pop?
What?
What part
You
of the
got a
country?
mess.
Can you make Rice Krispie treats?
What do you call Pepsi or Coca-Cola if you're ordering it out?
If I'm ordering out Pepsi or Cola,
Yeah. What do you call it?
I don't know.
I call it by the name of the drink I want.
What if that you're like, hey, can I get a? Do you say soda? Do you say pop? Do you
No, I say, may I
cola?
have a Coca-Cola?
Or a Dr. Pepper. I usually go for
And
Dr.
they're like, we don't have that. We have Pepsi.
Well, then I'll have a Pepsi then.
Cherry Pepsi.
But what type of product is Pepsi?
A soda.
That's right.
It's a pop.
Oh. Nice.
Hmm.
It
Yep,
could be
pop.
I've heard
Kenny,
those
pop,
things growing up.
Pop.
I feel like that's mostly a Yankee thing.
Yeah, that's fair. It is a Yankee thing.
Why is
When I
Max
lived in
Verstappen look so sad?
when I spent some time in the South, we used to call them cold drinks. You got
I've
cold
heard those-
drink?
Yeah, cold drinks.
I'll have a cold drink. One cold drink, please. Thank you. One cold drink.
I like these cars. They look pretty cool. What do you
There's
think's
no-
gonna happen? What do
there's
you
no
think's gonna happen
cars.
tomorrow?
The cars
I'll
are going to
talk
go
to you.
around in circle, and I'm going to talk about it. That's what I do.
Do you
Hamilton,
think
maybe
they
Hamilton?
should go the opposite way tomorrow?
That would be sick if they did mirrored. I would love if they just switched it up mid-weekend. Just
I don't hate
Why
that
don't
idea.
they? Why don't they? That's like at other cool sports they go switch.
That's the fastest Haas has moved all day.
True story. I like my favorite. I will say, I'll give you credit. My favorite analogy. You called them the Cleveland Browns of Formula One.
That's why I love them. You got to root for them. If they had a team song, it'd be "Don't Stop Believing," because we all did.
Do they have a rapey quarterback?
No, because they're a race team. They don't have a quarterback because it's auto racing.
Wow. Well, you said they're the Cleveland Browns of F1.
I made it as a comparison.
I want to know how big.
I thought you meant as a staff personnel staffing issue.
F1 crew members.
All right, that's good. We hit an hour of stream.
Yeah. All right, unstream. I'm stopping now. Is that good?